Hello, my dear friends. It's Next Biology, and I am Hemant Naik, your biology teacher. How are you all? I think you are fine, sincere to the parents, and keep studying. Don't think about the result, what it will come, and whether you will qualify the NEET or not, you are or qualify for any competitive exam or not. Don't think like only keep studying. That's it. The result definitely it will come. Now, today we are going to discuss about the respiratory organs of different animals. It is a common topic in which is the questions coming in various what are the competitive exams you are writing now. Almost all competitive exams in this we are getting one questions because it is a most important topic for the various competitions exams, but it is a chapter is belongs to the class 10. Now, what is the respiratory organ, because every organism having one organ which is responsible for the respiration. Then what is the respiration? Respiration means taking the oxygen and liberating the carbon dioxide. Oxygen, when it will enter to our body through our respiratory system, it will reach to the cell, and after that it will use, and that after the breakdown the glucose, the carbon dioxide become liberated. It is the general process of the respiration. But we will not read about the respiration. We will read about the respiratory organs. We will read. What is the respiratory organs? Suppose when you will study about the general body surface, whose respiratory organ is generally body surface, means through the body surface it will take the oxygen and liberate the carbon dioxide. Just like the amoeba. In the amoeba, what will happen? Through the body surface, it will take the oxygen and it will use the oxygen and liberate the carbon dioxide. It is the general process of respiration which is found in the amoeba. And mostly unicellular like amoeba and paramecium, their respiratory organ is general body surface. And one important question, second important question, what is the process they will follow for the take the oxygen? They will follow the diffusion. What is the diffusion means? Diffusion means the outer concent, if the outer side concentration of the oxygen is more, definitely it will go inside, because diffusion is a process moves the gases or molecules move from higher concentration to the lower concentration. Where the outside oxygen become more, it will enter into the inside, because inside at that time is low concentration. Like that, when the inner side carbon dioxide concentration is more, the oxygen will come outside. That is become called diffusion. They will follow the diffusion. Here two questions. What is the respiratory organ of the amoeba and paramecium like unicellular organism? It is general body surface. Second question is we are expecting what is the process they will follow, that is diffusion. Simple. Second is moist skin is the respiratory organ for the earthworm as well as leech. They two organisms. Moist skin is a respiratory organ. Sometimes very important question. Moist skin is a respiratory organ. Why you are getting confusion? Skin we know, but moist skin what? That means the skin is connected with the blood vessels and it will always moist. And this moist condition only takes the oxygen from the outside and liberate the carbon dioxide to outside. That's why the moist skin is a respiratory organ of the earthworm and leech, because they will supply with the blood vessels immediately. By that they will take the oxygen to the inside and they will use that oxygen for the breaking of the glucose food. After that it will liberate the carbon dioxide. Now the one most important question in this concept, hemoglobin dissolved in the plasma. What is hemoglobin? Hemoglobin is a protein, iron containing protein, which is help to carry the oxygen in our case, and it is present in the RBC. But in the case of the earthworm, what is happening? It is happening. It is in the dissolve in the plasma, because it is not present in the blood cells. It is dissolved in the plasma, and same function what it is doing in our case. But in our case, it is present in the RBC, red blood cells. What is its function? It is function to carry the oxygen to different cell. Now, so here one, what is the questions we are expected? What is the respiratory organ for the earthworm? That is moist skin. And what is the respiratory organ of the leech? It is also moist skin. And in which organism hemoglobin dissolve in the plasma? That is in the earthworm. It is the two questions we are expecting. Here, tracheal tubes, a small tubes in the network of the body of the insects. All the insects what you're seeing in our daily life, all the insects belongs to the phylum Arthropoda, and they having the well-designed tracheal system which is help in the respiration. What is this tracheal system? It is a network of tracheal tubes in the body and open outside by opening that is called the spiracles. Spiracles there is opening. If you will see that it is a body of the insects, they having the small openings are there, which is called spiracles, and these spiracles helps in the exchange of the gases. Means what? They will take the oxygen and liberate the carbon dioxide, and these have become nothing but the tubes. These the tubes is called the tracheal system, which is well developed in the insects. What is the question we are expected here? What is the respiratory organ of the insects? That is tracheal system of the respiratory organ. Tracheal system of the respiratory seen in the insects. First question. Second question, what do you expect? What is the outside opening of the tracheal system? That is called the spiracles. This is the two common questions we are expecting. Now gills, if you're having the fish, whenever you are bringing the fish to your house, they're having the two side, two gills are there. And these gills are become the constantly bathing or bathed in the water. What does it mean? Means when they are moving in the water, no, the water is continuously coming to touch with the gill. When it is coming and touch with the gill, because water is contain the dissolved oxygen. Immediately the oxygen from the water the gill will take to the body, and that oxygen used in the body and liberate the carbon dioxide. That's why the gill should be continue bathed. Bath means coming in contact with the water, by which the fish is able to take the water from the gill. Now, what is the questions you are expected? What is the respiratory organ of the fish? Gill. What is the respiratory organ of the prawns? Gill. What is the respiratory organ of the molluscas? That is gill. Means don't forget that the prawn is belongs to the arthropoda and fishes is chordata, and mollusca is other phylum. And lungs, we all having the lungs because we having the land, or we all are become the land vertebrates. Why we call vertebrates? Everyone knows, and so many exams it will come because we having the well developed vertebral column. Because we have the vertebral column, we are called vertebrates. And land vertebrates because we are living on the land, like amphibians, reptiles, mammals. We all are become the land vertebrates because we are present in the land. We taking the oxygen, liberate the carbon dioxide from the air. Because to take the air oxygen from the atmosphere, we need a well developed respiratory system, that is lungs. And lungs in the alveoli and the surface area is very more, which helps to continue exchanging of oxygen and carbon dioxide. When you inhale, what will happen? The oxygen will enter. When you exhale, the carbon dioxide will come outside. That is what is the questions you are expecting. What is the respiratory organ for the amphibians? Lungs. What is the respiratory organ for the reptiles? It is lungs. What is the respiratory organ for the mammals? It is lungs. Lungs is well connected with the blood vessels and it having the larger surface area. What is the questions you expected? That what is the respiratory organ of the amphibians? It is lungs. What is the respiratory organ of the reptiles? Lungs. But amphibians having also the skin is a respiratory organ, lungs is a respiratory organ, and they having the tadpoles. At the time of the tadpoles, they having the gill as a respiratory organ. When you see the amphibians, especially frog, I am telling you, they having the three types of respiratory organs. One is when they are land, as a land vertebrates, they having the lungs, well developed lungs. When they are sometimes when the hibernation case hiding themselves, at that time skin is a respiratory organ. Or when they become tadpole and swim in the water, at that time they having the gill is a respiratory organ. That's why when the coming the questions, it is very important questions for competitive. What is the respiratory organ of the amphibians, especially frog? That means they having the lungs is a main respiratory organ. They having the skin is another type of respiratory organ. Through skin also frog can respire. And when the tadpole, they having the gill is a respiratory organ. And what we concluded, what we understand by today's lesson, we understand that body's general body surface is a respiratory organ for the unicellular organisms like amoeba, and they will take the oxygen by the process of diffusion. Moist skin is a respiratory organ of the earthworm, and if you take the earthworm and keep on the hot sun, they become suffocating. They are unable to take the oxygen. They will die. Tracheal tubes well developed in the insects. They will take the oxygen. and their respiratory organ is tracheal system, and this tracheal system outside opening, that is called the spiracles. Gill is the respiratory organ, mostly aquatic animals like the fishes, prawns, and after that, lungs is well developed in the land vertebrates, because the lungs have the alveolus, they having the larger surface area, which is helps to exchange of the gases with the help of the blood capillaries. And I think you clear about the concepts. Thank you watching my video.